Welcome to Offbeat, the light side of law enforcement, part of the Treehouse Podcast Network. On today's show, we'll hear about power naps, hide and seek, and who knows what else. Steve here, co-host for today, Joann Jackson.
Hey, y'all.
And we're joined with two guests in the studio. We've got Senior Corporal Louis Pacheco.
Good morning.
And also Assistant Chief Jeremy Foy.
Hello.
So welcome everybody. Now, Joann, how have you been? You haven't been here in a little while.
I know.
Anything new in your world?
Not a whole lot. I just had what would have been my 20th wedding anniversary. I've been to New Orleans since I was here to go to the Fifth Circuit Criminal Court of Appeals.
Yeah, they're working on Brian's case still, correct?
Yeah.
Well, best of luck with that. You have to let us know what happens with that.
Yeah, it was definitely not what I expected it to be. I was sitting all by myself, and there's these 3 judges, and yeah, it was interesting.
Now, this obviously you went to New Orleans, so this is federal court.
It is federal court.
Yeah, never been to one like that. So it's just 3 judges sitting there?
It's 3 judges, a Carter, a Reagan, and a Biden appointed judge. 2 females, 1 male, and there's the defendant side and the prosecution side, and because the defense brought it, they speak first, and then the prosecution rebuts, and then the defense goes back up, and it's just it's a lot to listen to.
And this process, I mean, this is something that you don't even know the outcome yet, and we're talking from a couple of weeks ago. So these people have all the time in the world to deliberate over this, or?
Yeah, the assistant attorney general in Austin said 13 months to 2 years. What I've read online is 13 months to 2 years from the time of the brief being submitted to hearing it to a ruling. So I don't know when this brief was submitted. So I don't know if it's 13 months to 2 years from the 6th or from the time. I don't know when the brief was submitted. So, I mean, I'm looking at potentially 2 years.
Wow. 2 years to get an answer for this.
Yeah.
And of course, those not familiar with this, Joann is talking about her husband's case. Joann's a survivor of fallen Dallas officer Brian Jackson, and it seems like sometimes these legal battles just never end.
No, and and even if he didn't want it, which I have no idea, but these attorneys, they're paid. He doesn't pay for it, but they're paid. Wow. So I mean, it's just hard to listen to the things I say, and I just try to control my face.
Well,
it's hard to control my face, and I know they were looking at me, and I'm just like rolling my eyes and trying to like control myself, because I'm the only there was like a couple of people behind me, but I was the only one there to hear this case. So yeah, it was a lot.
Keep us updated on it,
will.
And obviously, I mean, we hope that justice continues to be served in Brian's case.
I hope so.
So yeah, keep us updated on it. Now, a couple of things we've had happen. We did lose a Grapevine officer, RJ Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
RJ was a motor officer for the Grapevine Police Department for a long time. Really, really good guy. Ran into him a lot at the old Capel Motor Rodeo they used to have out at Grapevine Mills in the parking lot. RJ was very involved in that, but just a really, really good guy. Lost a battle to cancer. So, our thoughts and prayers are with RJ's family, not just his family, but his family in blue as well. They're the guys at Grapevine and everybody that knew him. He impacted so many lives, but RJ, rest in peace, sir. I am sure you are in heaven right now, dragging the floorboards of a motor somewhere. Probably the first heaven motor rodeo.
He's just throwing his bike on the ground up there.
Yes, going back to Josh Jackson, who didn't realize his motor had a kickstand for so many years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Joann, something I don't even know if you're aware of this. Something we're about to start doing on Offbeat. We're about to start doing Offbeat on the road.
I did not know that.
Well, welcome to the club because you were part of Offbeat on the road.
Thanks for the warning.
We're going to start taking the show. We're going to start being out at different law enforcement events here in the North Texas area. So setting up out there, meeting folks, talking to listeners out there at these different events, talking to guests, potential guests out there, and getting stories from guys. So if you've got a law enforcement event, a car show, stair climb, stuff like that, and you would like to have the Offbeat crew out there, we'd love to come out and be a part of your event. A couple of events coming up on Saturday. We got Cops and Rodders out in Farmersville. They got an event. You got the Dallas 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb going on in Dallas.
Where's Farmersville?
Farmersville is east of McKinney.
Okay. Never been there.
Did that help you out?
Yeah, I know where McKinney is.
Okay.
I used to live up near there when I first moved here.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't get out much.
Let's move on. Lewis, you're a senior corporal, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're a senior corporal for the Dallas Police Department.
Yes.
How long have you been in Dallas?
I've been at Dallas since 2008, so probably about 17 years now. And prior to that, I was a DART cop for about 6.5 years.
Okay, so worked for DART, then left DART and transitioned over to DPD.
Yes, sir.
And what do you do? What do you currently do at Dallas?
I'm at the Southwest Division, so I patrol Cliff. I'm a senior corporal there. I'm one of the primary trainers on nights. Been on deep nights pretty much my whole career.
Okay, so still doing patrol, staying on nights.
Yeah, being on nights pretty much my whole career. I did do a small stint in CRT, which is the crime response team on nights at Southwest. That was many years ago when I worked for this guy, back when he was a sergeant before he became big time.
Oh, yeah.
Did you work with Emily? Was she on DART then?
Emily
and Brent?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
Right at the very end. And then I believe, because they were there in 08.
Yeah,
I believe. And
he was 7/7. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I left, and I think I came on in September of 08, and that's when I started DPD.
All right. Now I've been told not to refer to you as chief. So Jeremy.
Hi.
How are you today, Jeremy?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Oh, doing well. Now, Jeremy, you are in fact an assistant chief with the Dallas Police Department, correct?
Yes, sir.
How long you been with Dallas?
23 years.
23. Worked anywhere else?
No.
All right.
Not as a police officer. No, I've always been in Dallas.
So you're a low number. You're like a 6,000, aren't you?
No, 8,100.
Oh, that's right. Brian's been gone almost 20 years. He would have been 25 years. Okay. My math isn't good in my head today.
I think Brian was 78, 7,900, wasn't he?
7980.
So the irony here is that on last week's show, not only did I have two Fort Worth officers on as guests, but even our co-host that day was Curtis, who's a detective for Fort Worth. So it was all Fort Worth. And then yet here we are just 1 week later with co-host representing Dallas, Joann, and then two Dallas officers in here. And I know, Lewis, you mentioned that you listened to last week's show.
I did.
Jeremy, I'm not sure if you did or not, but we kind of discussed the fact that Chief Eddie Garcia now is over in Fort Worth. And we were wondering if Fort Worth just had this powerful
traitor.
Wow.
I love Eddie, but traitor.
So we were discussing, as Fort Worth just had this, I don't know, like a force field kind of, pulling people in or not. I mean, how do you guys feel? I mean, are you guys going to go after one of Fort Worth's chiefs now?
For me, it doesn't, I have a lot of, non-police friends, and they always ask me whenever there's a new chief they see on the news, and it doesn't affect me to any extent, because I go to work, and me being in patrol, it doesn't, unless other than policies coming down, it doesn't really matter. But I would imagine for this guy over here is probably a different story.
The Dallas chief went to Fort Worth.
Garcia?
First I heard of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, there's a new guy in there. So anyways, yeah, I mean, that was kind of different seeing Chief Eddie head over that way. I didn't know if you guys are going to go after Chief Noakes.
Well, I think he just took another job doing something else, if I'm
Yeah,
not
he-
mistaken.
When I talked to him in a while back, he had something.
He had something lined up.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they announced something. He's doing. It's something to do with law enforcement. It's not. He's not being a police chief, but it's something.
No, it's something I think in law enforcement, but it's not the department, if I remember correctly. I had some cocktails.
What?
What?
I'm sitting here looking.
I don't drink that often, but I have a few during police week.
So you had some cocktails with Chief Noakes? Okay. Well, anyways,
Yeah,
we need to
I
move
mean, he
on, I
was there.
guess.
Him and his wife were there. They're both wonderful people.
Yes, they are.
I'm sitting here looking at your screen, and man, I think this camera's doing a little bit too much. I think I've gained an extra 20 pounds.
No,
That's
As
why
I
I-
sit in there.
That's why I stand.
I think I should have
It's
stand.
completely accurate, Lewis. You're fat.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
I was looking forward to sitting down, but now I think I want to stand up.
Don't hold anything back down there. Jeez.
yeah.
This
man.
guy, whenever he has an opportunity to poke fun at my expense, he will be there.
That's a true friend.
Absolutely. I mean, it's actually his duty as one of your coworkers to harass you like that. I mean, that's
That's
part
not
of
a
it.
coworker. That's a boss right there.
As long as you don't get written up.
Well,
Oh, we did that a couple times too.
And you're still friends.
that is a funny story. I can. Jeremy is one of the few people that I can say has written me up more than once, and I would still go drink a beer with him. So,
Well,
it was many years ago, but I still consider him a friend. It was my fault. It was
You
my
think?
fault.
Oh, now I have to know. Now I
Oh
have
my
to know.
God! Here we go.
All right, I'm going to tell it because
Tell
I'm
it.
the one that wrote it.
You know, there is a different version. There's two versions out there, but I'll let you give yours.
All right. Well, so Louis here, and he had a partner, and they were my problem children in the group that I had, and something was going on that night, and I was like, guys, I need to be left alone for an hour. I was meeting with my lieutenant or something like that. And they both start blowing me up almost immediately with text messages and phone calls, and I'm thinking something bad has happened in police work, right? So I finally answer the phone. I'm like, what is going on? And like, I don't want to drive tonight. The other guy needs to drive. And the other guy's like, no, Lewis needs to drive. I don't want to drive tonight. I'm like, we're 6 years old. What? And I'm getting a little hot about it because I'm looking at my boss going, hey, hang on a second, because I'm thinking something serious is going on. So when I finally get downstairs to see, I'm like, what are y'all doing? He's like, he slept last night while I drove. I want to sleep tonight while he drives. And you're looking at him like, you don't tell your supervisor this. You just don't do. And then you definitely don't call and say, well, I want to sleep tonight. And then he's like, well, remember last week we went to your grandmother's house and you slept in the driveway for 30 minutes.
That's the part that I do not recall up until there.
Did your grandmother live in Oak Cliff?
She did live in Oak
Okay,
Cliff.
it's 100% accurate.
Well, you know what? Let me add a caveat. Okay, so there was my partner at the time. We did butt heads quite a bit, but there was a brand new unit. All the other guys prior to this, I must have missed a meeting, but everybody got to pick their partner. And when I found out about it, they said, hey, you got a partner. I said, wait, well, these guys all picked who they wanted to ride with.
Yeah,
And,
no one picked you.
Nobody. So why didn't I get to pick? And they said I got stuck with him. So it's almost like we got stuck with each other. So
It's like getting picked last in dodgeball,
Yeah.
Louis. Right?
Yeah.
There's always going to be one guy that just got, well, you got to go over there, and that was you.
I was like, yeah.
yeah. So needless to say, me and that guy, I love the guy still. I'm still friends with him, but man,
You're gonna have to
we-
tell me who it is after.
I'll tell you who it is, but we butted heads quite a bit.
You
I
guys
think that's just how it is because Brian and one of his partners could not stand each other. And then they became like best buds. I came home one day and I'm like, well, what's he doing here? And he's like, oh, we get along now. And I was like, oh, okay,
we're friends now.
good. We're friends now. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Something. It's like the Step Brothers. We
Yeah.
just become best friends.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Y'all traded blankets while y'all were asleep in the squad car.
Did you bring a pillow? Did you have a pillow?
No
too?
pillows in the squad car. No.
Okay.
But you know, Lewis, you did bring one story today, and you know, it kind of follows along with the whole theme of napping there. I don't know if we're looking for a confession here or not, because yes, you do have a supervisor off to your left, but he's already written you up, so you should be familiar with
I
that.
think we're past the statute of
yeah.
limitations on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one. And there was one night, I think I just had a baby. That's what I'm gonna blame it on.
You had a baby?
Wow, that's impressive.
My ex-wife had my youngest, who's 14 now. But when he was younger, I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I'm always been working extra jobs and just being busy. But there was one night I fell asleep at the light, and
at the traffic light
at an intersection, and I work deep nights, and I think there wasn't a lot of traffic that night. And
I hope not.
And I woke up and I looked and opened my eyes. I was like, oh shit. I said, I'm here at the light. I nobody around. I said, okay, good. Well, I look at the call sheet and there's a call right there at the intersection. And I was like, oh, I'm already code 6. I said, let me see. And it was me. And I was like, God dang it. And I looked at my phone, which I had dropped on the floor, because I guess when it was in my hand prior to me dozing off. And I grabbed my phone, and I've got a
doze if you dropped your phone. That's a coma.
That's a coma. Yeah, exactly.
I had several missed calls of people calling me, trying to say, hey, wake up, that's you. And I was like, hey, I'm code 6 here on the radio. And I said, I'll take that call. I said, I don't see anything out there right now. I said, we're good over here. So people still give me shit about dozing off at the light and answer my own call. So
Notice a trend here. We've talked about you going to sleep twice.
Oh gosh.
Hey, I have sleep. We were talking about that before. I have sleep apnea.
Which means you snore. It doesn't mean you go to sleep just whenever. That's narcolepsy.
I don't have quality sleep is what it is.
He fell into a coma at the intersection.
Constant fatigue.
Lewis, you answered your own call, huh?
I did. I answered my own call.
Got called in as an officer, passed out at an intersection.
Yeah. Luckily, they didn't put it as an assist. It was just, I think they came in as like what we'd have like a 4001, lower priority. But yeah, had it been an assist, oh, good Lord. I don't think nobody would ever let that one go.
I'm surprised if someone didn't sneak up behind you and hit the air horn.
Yeah. Surprised. They were off. It was I think it was a slow night. There wasn't that many people on duty that night.
He was too close to the scene. He was already code 6. They didn't have a chance to get there and do that to him.
This is Offbeat, the light side of law enforcement. Check us out online at offbeatcopshow.com.
Let's welcome Daniel Cook from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration into the studio. Their number is 833 Cook DFW. The website, cookdfw.com. What is happening, Daniel?
Good morning, sir. How are you doing? You, man. I hear you got a lot of stuff going on lately.
Man, it never a dull moment. You know, I told myself, Daniel, that I'm retiring from law enforcement, but I think I'm at the busiest point in my life I've ever been. So, but one might say I'm failing at retirement.
That's good. You should.
I should fail at retirement. Thanks, Daniel. Now, Daniel, you guys all summer long have been working on outdoor projects, and a lot of people might not realize you guys do so much more than just roofing and in restoration work. You do a lot of outdoor projects, and you've had a promotion going on in which if someone comes out and they get an estimate from you guys for an outdoor project, then they're actually getting registered for a drawing, and that drawing, the prize for the drawing is one of those big green egg outdoor cookers. But from what I understand, that promotion is quickly coming to an end. So what do people need to do in order to get registered?
Yeah, Steve, exactly. You hit it on the head, man. That promotion is coming up really quick. We're going to be drawing on that right around that 8th of September. And, you have your chance to win an extra large big green egg with a nest or the stand that they have. And it's a simple program. You call us up and we come out. We give you an estimate on some backyard options that you may be looking at. That's a pergola or patio extension off your roof, stamped concrete, and increasing your deck size, outdoor kitchens. We can do anything for your backyard. So all you do is give us a call. We'd love to come out and give you some options, show you what the costs are currently. And then that way, if you're ready to enhance your backyard and make it where you want to be out there more, then we'll do it for you.
Yeah. Now that we're coming into fall, temperatures are so great, man. It's a great time to have that outdoor project built, designed, put together for you so you can sit out there and you can enjoy it. So if you have an outdoor project you've been putting off or need some ideas for a new outdoor project, give Daniel a call at Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. Their number's 833 Cook DFW. The website, cookdfw.com. Be sure to ask them about their free first responder upgrade.
Hi, this is Joann Jackson. My husband, Dallas Police Officer Brian Jackson, gave his life serving the city of Dallas in 2005. The RMS Treehouse Listeners Foundation supports the families of Dallas and Fort Worth area police officers and firefighters who have selflessly fallen in the line of duty. To donate, please visit offbeatcopshow.com or treehouseonair.com and click on the link.
And we're back to more Offbeat, the light side of law enforcement. Steve here, co-host for today, Joann Jackson.
Hey, y'all.
We've got two guests joining us in studio. We've got Senior Corporal Louis Pacheco.
Hey.
And Assistant Chief Jeremy Foy.
Hello.
Now, this segment sponsored by our good friends at Alexander Financial Management. If you have questions about retirement planning, investment strategies, life insurance, or estate planning, check out Alexander Financial Management at alexfm.com. It's kind of weird not having Curtis here because he's my .com guy. So, Joann, we're going to have you start saying .com.
Do I need to spell it?
Yeah. quit reading my notes.
Instead of having a dot there, Steve has the word dot. Written. Dot.
Well, you don't want to mess up the dot. You don't want to say alexfm.com. Yeah, said no one ever. Anyways, good. Moving on. Going back to the topic Offbeat on the road. Again, we explained the first segment. We're going to be getting out there different law enforcement events in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area. And if you do have an event that you're going to be a part of and you would like the Offbeat crew out there at your event, then notify us by sending us an email. Email us at offbeatcopshow@gmail.com. Again, offbeatcopshow@gmail.com. And let us know about the event. And we'd like to come out there and be a part of it. Oh, what do we have here? Now, Louis, one thing we didn't get into in the first segment, you actually host your own show, correct?
I do. Yes.
You do?
He does. And Louis is the host of the show Pause Contact.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about your show.
Well, to lead up to that, I started a real estate business probably about 7 years ago, and it's called Point Man Real Estate Team. And with the business, our whole goal is to help veterans and first responders navigate the real estate market. And majority, I'd say 90% of our clients are first responders. And then the other percentage is just the family and friends that we get referred to. And so as my goal is to retire here in a couple of years. And so prior, as that gets closer and closer, I started kind of finding a way of I said, man, I still wanted to be relevant to, the department or first responders. And then, there's a lot of good shows. I'd watch yours, the ATO Bridging the Divide.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, there's a lot of good shows out there, but I'm, people who know me, I like to joke around a lot, and I'm more on I like the more lighthearted stuff.
Amen.
And so,
Same.
I was like, man, I wonder if there's a way to, talk to officers and still stay relevant for business stuff as well, but also to see another side of, the guys. If you watch the show, you'll kind of leave knowing like, man, I didn't know this about this individual, or I didn't know, their hobbies, or stuff on their bucket list, or just the personal things, and something to kind of grasp that and also get a good laugh out of. And so that's kind of where we made the YouTube channel of and it's called Pause Contact. And then the name came from, I don't know what other agencies do with their body cams, but with us, whenever we take a pause from the scene and we want to sit there and bullshit, or we just talk, or just kind of away from whatever incident, we'll typically hit our body camera and say pause contact. That's kind of the language. And so, that's kind of where the whole premise came from, is it's just a pause from the chaos going on, where we can sit there and bullshit around. And that's kind of where I took that into the show. And so we had 4 seasons. I'm kind of doing it. I don't have the time. I just don't have the bandwidth to do it monthly or weekly like I'd want to. So I'm going to do it seasonal. Last year we did season 1. We came out with 4 episodes. I'm working on season 2, which is in production right now. We're working on all the interviews and whatnot. And then the goal is to put that out in January of 2026. So every year I'll have a season. We're shooting 6 to 7 episodes right now that'll start in January and then we'll kind of do the same thing. So summertime, fall of 2026, I'll work on season 3. That's kind of the goal right now.
Yeah, and you're really diving into the background of your guests, your officers. Hey, where'd you go to school? What made you want to become an officer?
Yeah,
Stuff
I mean,
like
there's and that's kind of why I brought Chief Foy on, because Chief Foy had been on the show. He was on there with one of the majors, and there's when you read the Facebook comments and you look, there's people that did not know that Chief Foy has a motorcycle that he rides. They didn't know that. They didn't know some of the things about him, or and the personal things. Where they went to college. There's some guys on there that they talked about what they would have done if they didn't get into law enforcement. There's things that you had no clue. And so it is a more personal approach. And then while we're eating hot wings, I did,
he feeds his guests.
Full disclosure, I copied Hot Ones with Sean Evans, so there's not much difference. And from the studio to damn near the napkins, it's the same. But my goal was to kind of, leave with the viewer knowing more about the officers.
Kind of like humanizing them, and that they're people. And
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's cool.
And I think he's bringing back Chief Foy when he was on. I think that he had a good time, and there was a lot of things that I think were positive.
Eating gasoline in your mouth. It's a great time, Lewis.
You survived, but did you die?
No, you're correct.
You know what? I'll tell you a funny story. This guy thought we sabotaged him, and so prior, as we're getting the show together, I saw obviously on the Hot Ones that they had milk, and I read up that the milk helps ease the burning.
Ease the pain.
Ease the pain. And so I'll usually have water, milk, and beer, or whatever they like to drink. And
dang.
So we had that ready to go. Well,
I'm ready to go on the show. What about you, Joann?
Let's go.
Don't advise.
Yeah.
I won't get through many hot wings, but I'll drink some beer.
I will say that we don't eat as many hot wings as Sean Evans does on their show. They probably around over 10, I think, but we do like 6 or 7, I believe. Well, by the third one, this guy is dying and he's drinking his milk, and he's like, "Hey, we need more milk." Well, we have staff on hand to bring more milk. Well, they go out and they're yelling, "Hey, you're out of milk, Lewis." And he's like, "Oh, this guy thought we sabotaged it." And he starts taking the other interviewee. He starts drinking his milk. And I was like, "Dude, that was an honest mistake. I really thought we had, everything we were supposed to, but we forgot to get more milk."
It's almost like getting pepper sprayed
in your mouth.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they all used milk.
Yeah, I was eating the hot wings too, and it's like, I guess I'm getting a little more used to it. But some people,
nobody can prove that your wings are the same as our wings. All right.
That was something that the guys like, "Yours aren't as hot." It's the same thing. They put them in the same bowl. They mix them the same. Like, there's no different. They thought
How would you know? You would be asleep while they're mixing.
This guy thought I had special wings made just for me so I can continue the interview. So,
well, that again, Lewis, how your shows right now? You got a YouTube channel,
correct? It's you'll find us on YouTube. We also have a Facebook page and on Instagram. It's funny because a lot of the people that see it is on TikTok as well. We'll have shorts on there, but that's usually where I get a lot of followers starting. Is they'll see it on TikTok, and then they'll find us back on the YouTube channel, which has all the originals.
Good deal. Again, guys, check that out. Check him out on YouTube. It's called Pause Contact.
Yeah, if you guys are looking, and also if anybody would like to be on the show, we'd love to have them. I mean, right now we're typically doing a lot of Dallas officers, but I have had some people reach out from other agencies and interested in being on. So we're probably going to start looking into that. I think the reason it's Dallas, obviously, is because I'm there, and it's easy for me to find people to interview because there's somebody that I know or some of their friend of a friend. So,
all right.
So,
you got a question?
I was going to say that the chief was talking something about a very large naked lady.
You want to hear about the large lady or the naked lady? No,
Oh, I thought they were one and the same.
Naked.
naked.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we've
Oh.
had a naked guy and a horse.
Those are the
so.
best ones.
All right, so years ago, I was still a baby cop, and it was a call. I was a couple years on, maybe, and it was a call that this woman was at one of these motels refusing to leave. Typical call, nothing to get too worked up about, but it's a 2-man call. And I get there first, and I'm seeing the clerk, and he's telling me there's a lady in this room over here. She's been here for a couple days, and she won't leave. And it's probably more of a civil issue than what we're talking. But he said every time that the cleaning person would go through the hotel, she would get out of that room and go into the room that the lady was cleaning, run the cleaning lady out, and then
Genius. Evil genius.
just shut the door and just stay in the room. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I think she's a little, she has some mental issues or something along those lines, which is probably the case, And I said, well, where's she at? And he's like, well, she's in room, whatever it was. And when I was like, I'll go talk to her. And I'm not thinking it's gonna be much to it. My cover's not there yet. So as soon as I walk around the corner, there she is in the hallway. And she's wearing basically her underwear. She is about 6'1", and she is every bit of 350 pounds.
Ooh.
But she has this childlike look on her face, like she's just amazed. She's having a good time, But she sees me, and when she sees me, she turns around and starts running down the hallway. And she's a very large woman. She's not running fast, right? I'm almost giggling at this point, so I'm just kind of trotting behind her, and she runs into her room and she tries to shut the door. And it's not her room, obviously. It's one of the vacant hotel rooms. So I kind of stop her from doing that, and she turns around and she's smiling at me, but you can tell like the elevator ain't gone all the way up today,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you're gonna have to leave, and I'm trying to be cool with her, and she's just kind of shaking her head, no. I was like, well, fine, turn around, put your hands behind your back. And she turns around, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a compliant thing. It's not going to be no big deal. And so I'm going to go ahead and put handcuffs on her. And when I put handcuffs on her, she just pushes back into me, and she's going to try to get out. Well, I push her down. When I push her down, she falls on the bed. Well, now I'm trying to handcuff her. Now, what do? I'm basically have climbed on top of this woman on this bed, right? She's half naked, right? And she's not trying to hurt me or nothing. She's just wanting to get away, right? So she's just kind of, wrestling around or whatever. And I can't get her handcuffs behind her back because she's kind of large, right? And she's an African American. I'm a white guy. And she starts yelling at me, "Get it, white boy. Just get it, white boy. Oh, yeah, get it, white boy." Right? And I start laughing. I'm like, oh, my God. So I'm like, okay, this totally doesn't look right. So I'm climbing off. She's getting off, and now she's going to run out the room again. And I'm like, well, I can't let her run. So I'm like, no. And now she falls on the floor. Right. And I say falls. I had pushed her. I'm really more tickled at this situation than anything. So now I've got her by the hand. I'm trying to turn her over, and she pulls me down. Now I'm on top of her, and we're on the floor. And she keeps going, come on, bring it, white boy, bring it. You got it. Oh, yeah, come on. And of course, about that time, my cover element shows up, walks in the door, and he's an older guy, so he's seen pretty much everything. And he's like, what y'all doing? And I'm like, just get over here and help me. And he's like, I don't know. It's like you had a pretty good time.
It's like you got it under control.
I was like, I don't want any part of this. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's a great story.
But that's a good idea. You just, as they're cleaning a room, you just jump in that room, close the door, and
But you can't leave the room because you can't get back in.
well, you
And
gotta
what
wait.
if somebody's in that room?
You gotta wait until they're cleaning the room across the hall from you, and then
Well,
that
yeah.
way you open up. And then you go in that one. You get a fresh room. It's all made up.
You don't need clothes.
But you can't leave it because the door's going to lock. I guess if you put the little bar thingy across, we'll keep it open.
Well, if you got another room to go to, then
Yeah.
Who cares if the other one closes?
I was waiting for you to say that she rolled over on top of you. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, well, if that happened, we might have to shut the door.
No, Chief.
I'm
is
good.
On
I
top.
don't need any cover.
Either that or send EMS.
We're now getting married.
Hey, in some states, that is a marriage.
I fell in love.
Yeah, and then you get one cuff on her, and then she throws the other one on you or something. Now you're cuffed together. Oh, all right. Let me see. We, Louis, you were talking about hide and seek.
Oh, I guess we're going to stick on the subject of crazy people. Yeah.
Well, and hiding and seeking, I guess. Going. Yeah.
Yeah. We were on a call. This is years ago. Yeah. This is probably when I was a younger officer, probably in the 2010s. We were on a burglary call, And I don't remember much about the call as far as those aspects of it, but we get out there and guys are in the backyard looking. And I'll never forget, it was my girlfriend, she's a sergeant, and her partner at the time is a sergeant now, but they were in the back, and her partner comes around the side of the house. There's a bunch of big bushes, and the suspect jumps out and growls at the officer. He goes, "Grr," and then so it was the funniest thing, and he socks him in the eye and ends up breaking his orbital bone and everything, and they handcuff and whatnot, and he wasn't all there in the head, and he was pretty pissed off, getting popped in the eye and then having to go to the hospital. But the whole time he's like, I was just playing hide and seek. I was just playing hide and seek with you. And he just kept saying that over and over. It was freaking hilarious. But ended up not being a burglary. I think they called it in. It came out as one, but after we figured out what had happened, it was like the son. He lived there. But but you're in the backyard hiding in the bushes as officers are, with lights and guns and announcing themselves, and he pops out thinking he's playing hide and seek with the police.
Can you imagine writing the report for that? I'm walking around the back of the house. It's dark, and all of a sudden, a man jumps out and goes, "Grr," like Tony the Tiger, and I punched him in the eye.
God, that's a reflex. If someone jumps out and goes, "Grr," you put up your guard and automatically take a swing. Lucky he didn't get shot.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
He's lucky. He just walked out of there with his orbital bone broken.
Poor guy.
You're listening to Offbeat, the light side of law enforcement. Visit us online at offbeatcopshow.com.
Planning for the future is challenging, and getting where you want to go in life requires strategies built around your unique financial needs. Alexander Financial Management is here to help you reach your goals. As fiduciaries, Alexander Financial Management will pursue the best solutions for you, no exception. While their decades of experience and service are available to everyone, Alexander Financial especially wants to help first responders and their families. The founder is a former police officer, and the executive team includes a retired fire captain and a retired police officer. Their extensive background in public service gives a deep understanding of the public retirement systems of Texas. So for retirement planning, investment strategies, life insurance, and estate planning, Alexander Financial Management has your back, so you can look forward. Get more info at alexfm.com. That's alexfm.com. Investment advisory services offered through Transcend LLC, a registered investment advisor. TE3 and Alexander Financial are not affiliated entities. Insurance products and services are not offered through TE3, but are offered and sold through individually licensed and appointed agents.
And we're back to more Offbeat, the light side of law enforcement. We're joined by two guests in studio today. We've got Senior Corporal Louis Pacheco, and we've got Assistant Chief Jeremy Foy, both from the Dallas Police Department. So, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you join us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't even have to hunt you down. You told me there's Dallas officers coming. I'm like, well, how did you get them?
Yeah, I got a surprise for you. I
Apparently.
got some Dallas people in here.
Well, I don't know. Did you know that, is it Joshua Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Josh are buddies, and he's the one who kind of.
Now, Louis, don't go around telling too many people that, okay?
Yeah.
I like Josh. Josh is a good dude. He's in
his mic's, when I come in, the mic's up here.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, he's into real estate, and in at the time he joined a real estate coaching firm, and I was his real estate coach for a few months. He wasn't on that long, but we ended up having lunch a few times and just became friends, and we still keep in touch. And when I started my show on YouTube, and he had already been on here, and he kind of was the one who was like, man, you need to come on here and plug in your show, plus tell some stories, and just, he goes, I think it'd be a good fit. And so he was the whole reason that
that's
I'm
cool.
here.
So we have to give Josh credit for something?
I guess so.
Oh man, you win some, you lose some.
Exactly. Like the thing about Josh is when I hug him, I give him like a waist hug. And the only other person I've ever given waist hugs to is Vin Lee. You know, Vin from SWAT.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's so tall. Like I would hug him and I'd be like, this seems really weird. Cause I'm like, just, like here I'm hugging him. And I'm like, this is, I feel like I need to stand on something.
Yeah.
V. Lee retired.
He did?
Well, he went down to Mansfield ISD, but yeah, he retired from Dallas.
Oh, he was really cool. He's one of the officers that came to Rhode Island. He was like, Psh, Dallas, we weren't going to beat you guys. And he did not succeed. He did not succeed.
But speaking of being a guest on the show, if you're listening to the show or watching the show on YouTube, then you got a funny story you'd like to come on the show and share with our listeners, send us an email, offbeatcopshow@gmail.com. Again, the offbeatcopshow@gmail.com. Also, check out our website, offbeatcopshow.com. There on the website, there's a little microphone icon on there. You can click on that microphone icon and leave us a message. So if you can't make it on the show, but you got a story you want us to feature on the show, then just click that button, say your name, where you're from, and tell us a story. We'll make sure we share it on the show. Also, there's a link at the top of the website for the RMS Treehouse Listeners Foundation. Go ahead and click on that link. Check that out. The foundation, been around for many years, is there to provide a financial or monetary donation to families of our fallen police officers and firefighters here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Covers 10 counties. So very important and very important foundation. Glad the foundation is there. It's unfortunate we've got a reason to have the foundation, but again, glad it's there for the family members of our fallen police and firefighters here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, make sure you check us out on Facebook and Instagram, guys. Give us a like, a share, a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Now, Lewis, I'm not really sure where to go with this story, but you've got a story entitled "Dirt Monster."
Well, I didn't name it. I didn't name it. So
your commanding officer's here. Tell it right.
Oh, he was there. That's why he knows. So I'm gonna give him I always have my version, and some people tend to have theirs. So mine is more truthful, I believe. But anywho, we were on a critical incident where this guy, this is many, many years ago, and Chief Boy was my sergeant at the time, and we had got intel this guy was at an apartment complex in Oak Cliff. And long story short, we set up a huge perimeter. I think officers went to the door to go confront him, and this guy jumps out of a second-story window, and
jumps out of a second-story window.
Yeah, and gets on his feet like it's nothing, and takes off running. I'll never forget. It was there's some aspects of the night that were pretty funny. There was he goes in his waistband as if he's pulling out a gun. I think he had a pair of scissors, and there was one officer who was in front of me who was like, "Oh shit," and ducks down. He was scared. And then the other officer that was with him had an AR with him and went to fire, and it was click. He forgot to rack a slide. So that was pretty funny. So we get by then the guy's already around the corner, and he's in this huge apartment complex. So everybody's looking for him. Everybody's split up, and there's a lot of officers on scene. And this guy, I think he was a murder suspect from earlier that day or the day before. And so we're out looking, and we thought he went around the building. And
no, you thought he went around.
He's using that
everything that Louis Pacheco has said up to this point is true. Now here comes the lies.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Well, how about you finish it out?
Nope. I like to hear your version where you didn't do anything wrong.
So me and a few officers, because I wasn't by myself, we were in a group, and I had an AR at the time, and we come around, and we're by a tree, and we're holding around this. I guess there's breezeways between the apartment complex, and as we start moving up, I thought I saw somebody. I thought I saw a figure, and since at the time we still thought he was armed, I don't think we knew it was a pair of scissors. Because we had ducked down so quick. We later found out he wasn't armed, but I saw what I thought was him coming around and saw his hands out, and I laid an AR round down at him, hit the dirt. Mind you, I've been in two. That was my second shooting. I'm not very accurate, but
don't say that out loud.
You meant to hit the dirt.
I meant to hit him.
Yeah.
I always pass quals, but in high stress, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, now Louis.
All right, Chief, you got the true story over here now.
Right. So everything he said was right. But he said he had an AR, What Lewis had was what we call an AD, which is an accidental discharge. Okay, because he's in a group of guys. No one else knew what the hell Lewis was shooting at. Now he's never going to come off a story that there was somebody there, right?
That's what I told Internal Affairs and
and you're correct. You probably should never come off that story, but I'm just telling you right now.
The guy was hiding in the flower bed.
Yeah,
That's right. He was right there. I swear.
I mean, it's not like the round went anywhere near where somebody would have been hid or anything else. I mean, no, it was in the dirt. And I mean, so all the boys started saying that, Lewis, she likes to shoot at the dirt monster.
That's where the dirt monster came up. And so, yeah. And on the, down the line, it was funny because the 2 or 3 officers that arrested the guy, because they were a building or 2 over.
A little further than that, Lewis.
They were
nowhere near the dirt monster.
He was in close
distance is subjective.
The suspect, yeah, exactly. The suspect was in close proximity. And so when they were handcuffing him, they heard the discharge, and you can imagine it, the AR round echoes.
So you mean that while they were handcuffing him,
the suspect,
they hear you shooting at the suspect?
Well,
right?
I didn't know. We didn't know that they were handcuffing him. We didn't know because there was a lot of chaos.
Well, they said suspect in custody.
No, that wasn't a thing back then.
Oh.
That wasn't a thing. Now it is every time, but back then it wasn't. And
well, if they had said suspect in custody, Lewis would have taken his finger off the trigger at least, right?
Yeah, I would have, but yeah, those guys were like, oh shit, man, people are shooting. They told me later on, like, man, we heard that round, and we're handcuffing him. We're like, oh shit, people are shooting around the apartment complex, and so
don't they know we're here?
They thought it was something else going on related to that, and it was just, it was looking back, it was funny. At the time, I really thought I saw somebody, but other guys.
You did, Lewis. You did.
I did.
You saw somebody.
You did.
Stick with that one, okay?
I did.
All right. Oh man, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on today. Lewis, again, the name of your show, Pause Contact, correct?
Yes, sir.
And where can folks find your show?
All the videos are going to be on YouTube, but we do have a Facebook and Instagram. And like I said before, you might see some of it on TikTok, some of the shorts.
All right,
okay.
guys,
cool.
Guys, check it out. Again, Lewis, Chief, thank you both for coming on today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Guys, until next time, keep it real, keep it funny, stay safe, and watch each other 6.